patreon.com/Rashmi Bansal. Let's move on to our next caller of the day. It's Paresh calling from Pune. Good evening, Paresh. What's your question?
Good evening to the two of you, and maybe this question is very early in the day. We were looking at, moving my daughter from CBSE boards to a IB or a IGE board, but were very sure whether there are any significant advantages of IB board, because we've also heard that after 12th standard, sometimes when you are trying for entrance exams and into competitive colleges, they tend to downgrade your scores.
How old is your daughter and where is she studying right now?
She's currently studying in Mumbai, and she will be going to her 6th standard.
Okay. Well, Paresh, I think there are two concerns. One is that yes, if your daughter would like to get into very competitive fields, like if she wants to get into an IIT or medical or something like that, then perhaps IB is not the right kind of curriculum, because it's really a different kind of system of learning. It has a lot of advantages. It's really for people who are looking more at a liberal, very all-round education, but it's not as focused and competitive as our regular boards are. And number two is, of course, it is far more expensive than the regular schools, and generally people who do IB tend to go abroad and study. So most of the class in an IB school will actually go to America or the UK or Australia, mainly to America to study. So if you have that kind of career path in mind, that you want to send her abroad to study, and you can pay for it, because undergraduate education you do have to fund yourself. So these are some of the concerns. Rajesh, would you like to add to what advantages? How do parents decide? Does the board they choose at this stage really make much of an impact on the child?
Definitely. See, what happens is today, if you want your child to go overseas for higher education after the 12th, then IB is the right education. But today, if you don't want someone to go overseas and you are in two minds, then it is better you continue with ICSE or CBSE. Reason being, these boards make your child much more competitive compared to IB. Today, an IB and ICSE student can definitely compete in US or UK, any competitive exam, but an IB student cannot compete in today's CAT or CET exams. So that is very important.
Okay, Paresh, maybe you can defer the decision and do it after class 10. A lot of people do that. After class 10 they make this decision, but it's good to start thinking about it from now. Just don't get stressed about it. Let's move on to Moin calling from Mumbai. Good evening, Moin. How can we help you?
Yeah, hi, my name is, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, actually, presently I'm doing my BMS, that is Bachelor in Management Studies. So some of my friends is like, we were planning to do MBA after BMS, right? Correctly, continuing MBA.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you this, like, just if I do my BMS, what kind of pay I'll get if I opt for job?
Okay, which year are you in, and does your college offer some kind of campus placement?
Yeah, they have placements. And I'm in second year of this course.
Okay. Well, actually, I would be asking you, Moin, what kind of jobs people are getting in your college today. But Rajesh, would you like to give him a ballpark estimate what kind of job and what kind of profile he can expect?
See, with the BMS graduation, unless you get picked up by the right college, you cannot expect a salary of more than around 10 to 12,000 rupees per month. So now that depends on how ambitious you are to get that kind of good salary. Plus, an MBA today has become mandatory, in the sense that MBA graduation is today considered to be a graduation. Unlike earlier days where MBA used to be a post-graduation degree, today the minimum qualification is MBA. But I would still advise you, don't go to colleges which are offering you MBA courses just for the namesake. Join the right college, otherwise don't do it.
Okay, well, Moin, I do think that getting 1 or 2 years experience and then going for MBA adds a lot of value to you personally. So even if the job pays 10 to 12,000, which I think is good for a fresher, I don't think you paid very high fees for your BMS course. It gives you exposure in sales and marketing or at operations level of a company. You'll be much better equipped, and you will probably learn more from your MBA. So that would be my advice to you. And if not from your college, go out and get a placement yourself. That's also part of the process. Well, we head in for another break. But before that, we have another survey finding with us, the Hewitt Associates Salary Increase Study for 2010. According to this survey, there is some good news for all of you salaried people out there, because the salary increase in India for this year is projected to be 10.6%. That's an average over different sectors and different kinds of profiles, but this is the highest in Asia Pacific. So that's something that you should be happy about. Well, let's stay tuned. We'll be back after a very short break, and you can keep calling in with your queries. You're watching the Stay Hungry show on Bloomberg UTV, where we answer all your career queries. Let's move on to our next caller of the evening. It's Manish calling from Punjab. Good evening, Manish. How can we help you? Yeah, good evening. Go ahead.
Good evening. Actually, मैं कॉमर्स ग्रेजुएट हूँ. मेरा इंटरेस्ट इक्विटी रिसर्च में है. क्या एमए इकोनॉमिक्स सही प्रोवाइड कर सकती है या फिर मैं एमबीए में जाना चाहिए?
आप इक्विटी रिसर्च में जाना चाहते हैं?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
तो उसके लिए एमए इकोनॉमिक्स करना चाहिए या फिर एमबीए करना चाहिए? Well, Rajesh, what would you advise?
I would advise him to join a share broker's office, work there for a couple of years, and thereafter take up an MBA which is related to equity, and do some NC. There are some courses related to derivatives and equity management. He can do specialized courses related to that or an MBA related to that.
हाँ मनीष जी, पहली बात तो ये कि अगर आपका इंटरेस्ट है तो आप खुद क्या इक्विटीज खरीदते हैं, आप ये चैनल देखते हैं, क्या आप थोड़ा ट्रेडिंग अपने आप करते हैं?
या मैम.
ओके, सो प्रोफेशनली अगर आप जाना चाहते हैं, आई थिंक इनकी एडवाइस बहुत अच्छी है. यू शुड मे बी गेट सम एक्सपोजर, अंडरस्टैंड प्रोफेशनली क्या होता है, बट अल्टीमेटली एमबीए वुड बी better for you. MBA in finance, definitely MA economics is not going to give you the kind of opening that you want in the share market, but however, to be a share trader you really don't need any kind of qualification. So really think about what you want to do. मतलब qualification लेना जरूरी नहीं भी है, unless आप किसी बहुत बड़े फर्म में एम्प्लॉय की तरह काम करना चाहते हैं, तो वो आप सोचिए. Okay. Well, we are right out of time, but before I go, as always, I want to recommend a book to you. It's called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay, and this is a general self-help book, but it has chapters devoted to work, to success and to prosperity, which is what all of us want from a career. And this book is also very simple, very beautifully written, and has many small mental exercises which you can try out for yourself. So I strongly recommend Heal Your Life if you are feeling stuck, feeling unfulfilled, and just not feeling good about what you do. You'll definitely find some answers in here. Well, on that note, we wrap this show. Thank you, Rajesh, for being here today.
Thanks.
Till next week, stay hungry and do catch our show In Focus on the weekend, which is also on the theme Jobs Are Back. Have a good week and keep calling in with your queries.